This is a video lesson for Module 3, Lesson 7. The Lesson 7 learning target is I can use place value disks to represent 2-digit by 1-digit multiplication. So we're going to be using the place value chart and disks on the place value chart to show how we can multiply a 2-digit number by a 1-digit number. So I'm going to show a couple examples in this video here, and we're going to get started with 2 times 23. So when I'm solving this problem using the place value chart and place value disks, the first thing I do is I look at the second factor here, 23, my 2-digit number, and I use disks to represent 23 on my place value chart. So 23 has 2 tens, so I'm going to put 2 disks in the tens place. And then it has 3 ones, so I'm going to put 3 ones, or 3 disks in the ones place. Now to show that I'm multiplying it by 2, I'm just going to make 2 copies. So there's my second copy of the tens, my second copy of the ones. So now all I have to do is count how many tens I have in my answer. So I have 4 tens, and then how many ones I have, which is 6 ones. So I get my answer of 46. I can also show this in a way where I'm representing the multiplication problem vertically. And this way, I'm representing the partial products of each of the multiplications that I did. So the first one I did here, I multiplied the 2 by the 3 ones. So 2 times 3 ones was 6, and that was 2 times 3 ones. And then the second thing I did was I multiplied the 2 tens by 2, which was 4 tens, or 40. So 2 times 2 tens. And then I add them up, I have my partial products to get 6 plus 0 is 6, and then 4 plus 0 is 4, so I get 46 as my answer. So really we have two ways here, the place value chart with disks and also solving it vertically using partial products, multiplying the 2 by the 3 and then the 2 by the 2 tens to get the same answer of 46. We can use this same strategy for problems that are a little more difficult as well. So the next problem I'm going to solve here is 4 times 54. I'm going to use a similar strategy as before. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to represent the second factor in this problem, 54, in my place value chart. So I have 4 ones in this problem, or in this number, so I'm going to put 4 disks in the ones place. And then I have 5 tens in this problem, so I'm going to put 5 disks in the tens place. So now this time I'm going to be making 4 copies of both the ones and the tens. So I'm going to go ahead and make 4 copies of my ones first. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's my third copy, and there's my fourth copy. And I can see already that I have more ones than I can fit in my ones place. I can only fit up to 9 ones in my ones place, so I'm going to need to do a little bit of regrouping. So I'm going to take 10 of the ones that I've created here, and I'm going to regroup them into 110. So I'm going to circle my 10 ones, and I'm going to shift those over. Those are going to become 110 right here. Now I'm going to make my 4 copies of my 5 tens. So here's my second copy, third copy, fourth copy. Once again, I have too many tens in my tens place here, so I'm going to need to regroup some of the tens into 100. I'm going to count off 10 of my tens, and that's going to become 100 right here, and it looks like I still have too many, so I'm going to regroup another 10, and that's going to become a second 100. I'm still left with a single 10 down here. So when I'm counting out how many disks I have in each place value, I'll have 2 in the hundreds place, 1 in the tens place, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the ones place. So I get my total answer of 216. When I'm doing my partial products, solving the multiplication vertically, you'll see how there's a connection between this method and the place value chart. So the first problem I'm doing is I'm taking 4 times 4 ones, and that's going to be 16. So 4 copies of 4 ones. And then the next thing I'm doing is I'm taking 4 copies of 5 tens, or 4 times 50, which is 20 tens, which you can see right here, my 20 tens that I had, which is 200. And that was 4 times 5 tens. Then when I add up my partial products, I get the same answer of 216. So once again, we're able to see two strategies for multiplying a single digit by a double digit number: the place value chart and making copies, and then solving it vertically with partial products, and then adding up our partial products to get our final answer. So that does it for Lesson 7. At this point, you should be able to answer any of the questions in the Lesson 7 problem set. But as always, if you get stuck or you need a little refresher, please come back, rewatch any part of the video that you need to get yourself a little bit of help. So, good luck with the problem set, and thanks for watching.